All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to talk about an interview that took place between Terence Bud Crawford and Kate Abdul, in which Terence Crawford pretty much laid out why he is never going to fight Errol Spence Jr. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be in the 147-pound division. Once again, Terence Crawford gives an interview about the Errol Spence Jr. fight in the aftermath of it not taking place, and once again, says a bunch of things that have to make you wonder, man, where is this guy's mind at? Before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. Also, if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter to the channel, let me welcome you back to the channel and tell you thank you so much for your support. Specifically in this video, I want to thank Aaron Muhammad, who was an excellent guest on our live stream that we had this last Saturday. Always supporting in the super chat and the Cash App. Thank you so much. And also thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks, which is a way to support content creators on the videos that they do, which is a little heart and a dollar sign that you can see in the lower right-hand corner of this video. But let's get into the subject matter at hand, man. Terence Crawford gives an interview to Kate Abdul and says, this is it in a nutshell. This man is not going to fight this dude is not going to fight Errol Spence Jr. And he's got all kind of things that he thinks about himself, man, that are just, and Errol Spence Jr. that are just off. So off that it just makes you wonder whether or not he just comes up with conclusions and decides that something is the case and then just says whatever he has to say in order to justify it. But the totality of it just tells me, look, man, this guy's not going to fight Errol. And I don't care, what's going on in the ring. Some people say, okay, is he scared? People act like he's scared. I never said the man was scared of Errol Spence Jr. in the ring, but everything about what this man is saying to me points to somebody that does not want that fight. Now, specifically, what am I talking about? And it's a couple things. It's a bunch of things, but I'm going to stick to some high level points. First of all, he talks about Errol Spence Jr.'s resume and Errol Spence Jr.'s legacy, and how Terence Crawford's legacy is way, way, way beyond Errol Spence's legacy, and proceeds to explain why. And he says, in just mind-boggling fashion, right? Kate Abdul asks him, okay, well, what do you say about the people? First of all, he goes off and he lists a bunch of accolades, right? I won an ESPY award. I was fighter of the year. I was an undisputed champion at 140 pounds, right? Those are pretty much the three accolades that he has that makes him feel like his career is leaps and bounds above Errol Spence Jr.'s. And those are all three very good accolades, no doubt about it. But in talking about his signature wins, because Kate Abdul responds and says, okay, what about your signature wins? And he proceeds to talk about what his signature wins are. And it was there that are like, I'm like, man, are you kidding me? First, he says, well, one of my signature wins is Ricky Burns, right? It says Ricky Burns was a signature win. Do I need to go any further on Ricky Burns being a signature win? How? You won the belt off of Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns is nothing special. Nobody ever thought he was anything special. I believe you were favored to win the fight. The special thing about it was that you went over there to the UK to fight him, but nobody in their right mind thought that Ricky Burns had a chance to beat you in that fight. And along that lines, Terence Crawford talks about why his leaps and bounds above everybody is because he never had anybody that came close to beating him, right? Like, pretty much just saying, I've never had a hard fight. So that is another reason my resume is so much better than his, or my accolades are so much better. No, no, Terence. That's the reason why it's not, because you have not had a close fight. And the first time that you had an opportunity to have where somebody really thought that it was going to be a tough competition, you didn't take the fight. But let's go further into his signature wins. Then he says Yuriorkis Gamboa. And he's like, everybody says Yuriorkis Gamboa is small, but they forget that Yuriorkis Gamboa was a champion at 135. No, he was not, Terence Crawford. He was not a champion at 135. He held a minor WBA interim title. That's what he held. The championship that Yuriorkis Gamboa held was at 126 pounds. 2 weight classes below. When you fought Yuriorkis Gamboa, it was just for the WBO belt. And again, you're favored to win the fight. He called Julius Ndungo a signature win. No, it's a signature accomplishment, but Julius Ndungo. Then he said Jeff Horn is a signature win. And this is where this is the part of it where it's like, okay, you just don't want to give Errol Spence Jr. any credit. And you're not going to fight this guy. Because he listed as signature wins, he listed Kell Brook for himself, and he listed Sean Porter for himself as signature wins. Now, when he's asked, well, what are Errol Spence Jr.'s signature wins? He said, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, and pretty much listed Yordenis Ugas, listed everyone, and then went right back into it and explained why they weren't. And dismissed, Kell Brook was coming off of a loss, and other people had already beaten Sean Porter. Dude, you fought them afterwards. So how's it a signature win for you and not something and not an accomplishment for Errol, who beat the guy first? Amazing. And then to top it off for me, because I'm telling you, there's a whole bunch of stuff up in that interview. He talks about why he is the number one why it's not important for him to get the undisputed title at 147, and why it was important at 140, because he said, because I was the lineal champion at 140, and you're not the champion unless you're the lineal champion, right? Now, first of all, he conflates Ring Magazine's title with the lineal title. The Ring Magazine title is not the lineal title. The Ring Magazine title is the ring title. It is not the man who beat the man. And when he talked about, well, Klitschko was the man and he beat the man, right? Who did he beat? Oh, Tyson Fury beat the man, right? Who was that? Klitschko. So he became the lineal. Yeah, but who did Klitschko beat? Who did Klitschko beat? Klitschko did not beat his brother. Klitschko did not beat Deontay Wilder. Klitschko beat Ruslan Shagayev for the ring belt. But not to belabor that forever and a day, just think about it right now. Who is the ring champion for the heavyweights right now? Nobody. So is Tyson Fury, who did not lose a fight yet, is he no longer the lineal champion because he doesn't have the ring title? Of course not. If he's the lineal title if he's a lineal champion, he's a lineal champion. He didn't lose it. But he's not the ring champion. But anyway, if you go along with what Terence Crawford said and the logic that he uses, Terence, you're not the ring champion. If you're saying that the ring belt or the lineal belt is the only one that counts, otherwise you're not a champion, then brother, you are not a champion at 147 pounds. In order to be a champion at all at 147, that means you have to beat Errol Spence Jr. by your own logic, right? Because that's the only way that you will collect all 4 belts. That's the only way that you will get the Ring Magazine title that you say is what makes you an actual champion. So if you don't have the ring title, that means what? Right? You are not a champion at 135 pounds either, because I don't think you had the ring championship there. You only had one belt at 135 pounds. You didn't have 2, you didn't have 3, you didn't have 4. You had 1, just like you got 1 here. So you weren't a champion. And honestly, the fact that you wouldn't get in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. is what would move me to putting that dude as the lineal champion. But all in all, listening to Terence Crawford. He's just so stern on how he does not need Errol Spence Jr. He doesn't need the fight. He can retire without ever doing it, but yet and still want people to believe that he was absolutely trying his best to get that fight done. No way, no shake, no how. But anyway, that's what he had to say. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.